Well, let me tell ya, I got no corn, so I don't give a fuck, yeah! Don't forget to turn off the mic in the original recording so that I can sync these two things up. Oh, hold up. Oh, wait. No, we good. Yeah. Right? Yeah, we good. Ugh. So, when we last left off, bad shit happened. So, yeah. I tried to suppress my screaming, but it was useless. It surged out of me, like water from a spring gushing out of the ground. Byakuya, on the other hand. Byakuya, on the other hand. Most unusual, don't you think? He was totally calm. Almost like he was watching this all unfold on a TV screen. Look, Chihiro's corpse has been suspended somehow, and something's been written on the wall in blood. Bloodlust. Such a brutal way to kill someone. No, this is beyond brutal. Wouldn't you agree? They killed her. How could it not be brutal? No, that's not my point. This murder is far too bizarre for an everyday amateur to have committed it. Unlike with Sayaka, this murder was not a crime of passion or necessity. It's almost as if whoever did this did it for fun. You see what I mean, don't you? What? My head was swimming. I was still reeling, too confused to understand what he was trying to say. Before I could even begin to clear my head. Hey! I heard the screaming! Did something— Ah! Chihiro? I thought there was an echo on the recording or something. But then I realized it was just the voiceover in the game. Hey, body has been discovered! It's about goddamn time. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin! What the hell was that? Oh, that's right. You were unconscious during Sayaka's, so you don't know about it. What you just heard was the body discovery announcement. Apparently, when 3 or more people discover a body, an announcement plays to let everyone know. I imagine it's so that the search for the culprit can proceed fairly for everyone involved. Proceed fairly? The body discovery announcement. Then Chihiro, it really is dead. Yes. Before you start screaming your head off, go round everyone up. It seems another game has begun. Another life or death game to uncover a killer. Taka bolted out of the locker room. As everyone made their way to the scene, it felt as if no time at all passed. It was like my sense of time had just taken wing and flown away. When I finally came back to myself, I saw everyone had the same look of confusion, fear, and anger. We all just stood there, gathered around Chihiro's body. Jam! I couldn't keep her safe. So there's another victim. Which means we are now in the same position once again. Fuck, man. What the fuck is this? It's a dream. This is a dream. It's all just a dream. In fact, I haven't even been born yet. I don't have any memory of ever being alive. Shut up. Alright. No, I wanna talk to Kyoko. Let me talk to Kyoko. She's gonna be the most level-headed without being a fucking stick in the mud like fucking Byakuya. Wait, I can only look at the body. Okay, I guess we'll do that. for now, pay attention to the wall. Huh? I said it once already. There's a word written there. On the wall? The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's just too strange. But do you know that the thing about writing a bloodlust in a blood, doesn't it sound kinda familiar? A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. And at the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack! Genocide Jack, the murderous fiend whose grisly attacks were famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killings. Then, this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack. The real... Wait! Are you saying Genocide Jack is here in the school? There's no way! But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I'm surprised at their stupidity. Can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. What is it now? Toko! Hina was pointing toward the entrance to the girls' locker room. Toko was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there. No. What? Why? 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 Good dunk. Oh, she fainted. That did not sound good. Toko! Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake. Toko, are you okay? Oh, come on, wake up! Oh, that's right. I just remembered what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood. So she is hemophobic. I imagine she does not watch too many horror films, then. This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides the room. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like on purpose. So since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count. Gotcha. Toko, can you hear me? Hey, come on, you gotta wake up! As if she'd heard her, Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, she'd literally jumped up from where she was laying. Such a strange reaction. I was at a total loss for words. She leapt straight up into the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up. Ignoring the physical contortions she had to go through, her emotions were totally haphazard. What? Sorry about that. I was just so shocked, you know. It happens, right? Oh, was I the only one? Toko, are you okay? I'm fine. Oh, it's not a dead body? Are you dead? Oh, she must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top, beginning, and a bottom. A sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. No, everything's fine. At least the stutter's all gone. That's a good thing, right? It is clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. Might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being. I don't mind taking her, but, could someone help me? If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, could you help me? She totally ignored me! Very well, you take care of the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again? Hold on a second, rushing to an investigation? The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that. Yeah. There is no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Right as rain! But don't take it as a bad thing, it's just a fact of life. Because that's how graduation works.
Then it's happened again? Is that what you're saying? That another one of us killed a fellow classmate?
What, does that freak you out? You guys got no balls, you know that? Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. Actually, I don't have any either, sorry!
Will you stop monologuing and give us what you came here to give us? You did bring it, right?
Sure did, chum. Allow me to present the next Monokuma file. I know how much you must be looking forward to it. So, please do your very tippy-top best on this investigation. Do we really gotta do another investigation? Examining the corpse of one of our friends. Having to suspect all our other friends. I hate this. I can't take it anymore.
I hate it too! I've had enough. I'm getting out of here. Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run. Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You are very enthusiastic about all of this, are you not? How could I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon. What? Do you want to die? Fine, then go off and die somewhere. Right now, go ahead. You're a waste of space. A dead body is an object. Chihiro wasn't an object! Show a little respect or I'll beat some into you! Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said. Kyoko! If we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro, then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up.
Forget more victims! If we mess this up, we're all dead meat! Hold on! If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? I don't remember any rule like that. I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right?
New rule has been added to the regulation menu. In that case, why not limit it to 1 person?
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. Just one would totally murder that possibility. Farewell for now. I'll catch you guys at the class trial.
I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then 1 more person's life could still be in danger. Which is definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens. You need to shut the fuck up!
Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Toko off at her room. Nice, I'm gonna get dropped off!
We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation tout suite. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro, then we will quickly follow her into that afterlife. That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Alright, first of all, I gotta check Monokuma's file to see what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. Cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Monokuma file number 2 has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Hey, Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Did you need something from me? Of course, life without purpose is quite dull, you know. What did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh? I'm purchasing your talent. The same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I just... You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though. Now then, shall we get started? But... We need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. I could feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body. But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Oh, but we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. Okay, I guess that's all we got. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. So, my thought, at least initially, is that there's a possible reason that it's split into two words, because it could have easily been written all across the wall, all in one line, as bloodlust. I think it's split into two words for some purpose. Also, here's the blunt object. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and this is a bloodstain. There's a bloodstain on the dumbbell! The Monokuma files sent a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Locker room dumbbell. Poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. Must have been splattered with blood during the murder. She took her time in examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. It's because she's figuring out that Chihiro was actually a boy.
He was his locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death.
But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else than carried here.
She was very light, that is true. Wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own, by choice.
What makes you say that?
She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger.
Are you saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, she was killed around 2 in the morning. She really been exercising that late?
Hino or myself are usually in the locker room during the day. She was probably avoiding it then.
Avoiding it?
Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us.
And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
Perhaps. But it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others.
So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but she also would have come with someone else?
It's a possibility, I think. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger.
Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once.
Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here.
But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't that strong.
I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff.
Cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. So, maybe it's just Like, because I call girls dude sometimes. Very rarely, but sometimes. And it's really just a matter of I rarely ever use the term dude to refer to anybody. But why would Mondo necessarily already be aware of Chihiro's secret? Could Chihiro have confided in Mondo? Maybe they could have been friends before that conversation, which would have made sense as to why Mondo defended her. But, yeah, seems suspicious. I really hope it's not Mondo that killed her. That would kind of be sad.
Now I believe it's about time for us to move on.
Huh? Already?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case.
That's true, but
If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed.
he's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time.
So, this is our next location.
Huh? This place is related to the investigation?
Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right?
What the fuck? I mean... I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right? Oh! Oh my god! If his handbook... Oh! Oh, man. Because, obviously, Monokuma would have been aware, but just wouldn't have said anything. But Monokuma probably made his handbook only work with the boys' locker room. So that's why he needed to have a girl with him. So I bet the murderer is a girl.
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma.
He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
You called for me?
Has he been domesticated?
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
Sure, what's up?
Just about this card reader.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And since the writers of this game obviously don't agree with modern inclinations of gender identity versus sex identity, we wrote Chihiro to have a male gender, and we're probably going to be really insensitive and say he was a cross-dresser. So be prepared for that.
And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Oh, right.
If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, a ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. Okay, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe the writers are actually good at, writing.
And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Correctly correct.
So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. So we know the murderer is a girl. Which makes me sad, too, because, oh man, I really... we're kind of running out of... Oh no! No, I hope it wasn't Kyoko! In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means...
Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you.
See right through me?
Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there. As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right? Good lord, you're simple.
Well, fuck you, Byakuya! Yeah! I mean, yeah, somebody could have broken the school regulation, but one would think that Monokuma would have killed them for that. But am I wrong?
You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer's been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine.
Oh! Somebody could have stolen the handbook. Yeah. Oh, okay. I get you. It's a matter of interpretation.
I'd expect nothing else from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations.
Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? Add a little excitement to things.
You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things. Get it? Got it? Good.
Wait. Hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means you would have to loan it. So... No, they stole it!
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your shit together. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest on your own damn self.
Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall.
The main hall?
That'll help you understand what's going on.
We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? I mean, there's a door. The mailbox. Could be something inside. It's an e-handbook? No, wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here?
So you finally found them.
Did you know these were here, Byakuya?
I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. Seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox.
So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka?
You can go ahead and confirm it yourself.
I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... You're right. This is Sayaka's handbook.
Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier.
Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it.
You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer's been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine.
I see. Yeah, now I understand.
Hold on a second.
What?
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on.
Is it broken? Whose is it?
The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right? Would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs.
Pummeled with baseballs? Memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. Execution that the mastermind concocted. Cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Hey! 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 Hey!
What?
That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There is no way it would break that easily.
But it did.
If I say it wouldn't break, then it wouldn't freaking break! It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. I mean, even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point.
It does?
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go to breaking any more handbooks.
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right?
Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask, how could that be?
Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on. Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now.
I think so. Either way, something about it still bothers me.
Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit.
Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro.
To be exact, not quite.
Huh? Not quite? The fuck is that supposed to mean? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite.
Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack.
Then, you really think? You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case.
That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. This is exactly what I said earlier. For some reason I'm repeating it, because this game really likes to think that the people playing it are never paying attention. Literally the same line as earlier. Why did I need to repeat this? Why was this necessary? Could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? Oh, that was me talking, not me. You're not wrong to wonder.
Words mean little right now.
I have something that will prove it, and I can show you.
Okay. But wait,
And I have a basis to believe that, I assure you. Genocide Jack is one of us.
Well, what's your basis, bruh? Is there really proof?
And there's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need. Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro.
Evidence? Something like that, really? I don't know who this could possibly be. Big trouble! Need your help!
We're busy. Leave us alone.
But it's an emergency! Emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me! This is a serious emergency, please! Please, you gotta help me!
Just calm down, okay, Hina?
But it's an emergency!
What happened?
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. And suddenly it just turned into my Peter Griffin voice. I didn't even realize it. I thought about it earlier. I thought, wait a minute, this voice doesn't sound the same as the one I've been using in previous episodes. And then I realized, yeah, it's my Peter Griffin voice. I'm doing the wrong voice. I've been doing it this whole time. I'm a fucking waste!
Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second.
Oh my god, he does like her!
Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no and that'd be the end of it.
Okay, come on, hurry! I'm gonna do it right now! Wait for us, Hina!
It looks like she headed to the dorms, to Toko's room most likely.
You're right. Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency.
You're talking to the wrong person, you waste of space.
Oh, hit the doorbell? Hit the door. Oh, you're behind me! You guys are too slow! I think you're just too fast.
So, what's with this emergency?
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, to see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out. She kept saying all this weird stuff.
Weird stuff? We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Might as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp outside of me. Out of me. What? Nothing. It's just... Hina was really worried about you holding yourself up in your room. Leave me alone. Yeah, sure thing, but could you open up for just a second? Won't allow it. Huh? I won't let Genocide Jack have control! I was thinking that was possible. That what if it was her? What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang just a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. Doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in or there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. I felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? She think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared? Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Is there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Byakuya. Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her? Come out of her room, I mean. Sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments... Leave me alone! You're all so annoying! Ah! Byakuya! It's Byakuya. I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. Don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again! And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on! Byakuya, what was promise, huh? Something about a promise? No, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her. Well, then let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. I'm assuming it's the library. Yeah, the library? Come on, let's go in. The archive, I'm guessing. Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library? Don't make me say it again. I remember on the other side of this door. It's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Here? It'll all make sense once you're inside. Whoa, so many books and files. And so much dust, too. I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Okay. There's a ton of thick files stuffed into the bookshelf.
If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos for all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person would never want to look at. Be careful.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak.
Oh? So many files stuffed into the shelf. What is in all these things?
Those documents are dangerous.
Dangerous?
They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner.
You mean like members of the Diet or so? What? The what?
The National Diet is Japan's bicameral legislature. It is composed of a lower house called the House of Representatives and an upper house called the House of Councillors. Both houses of the Diet are directly elected under parallel voting systems. In addition to passing laws, the Diet is formally responsible for selecting the Prime Minister. The Diet was first convened as the Imperial Diet in 1889 as a result of adopting the Meiji Constitution. The Diet took its current form in 1947 upon the adoption of the post-war Constitution and is considered by the Constitution to be the highest organ of state power. The National Diet building is located in Nagatacho, Chiyoda, Tokyo.
The what?
No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. And there are some very interesting people in there.
You're just kidding, right?
Am I?
I'll just let it go for now. No, I didn't. Shelf is stuffed tight with files, just like the rest. Not really thinking about it, I picked one at random.
You have a sharp eye indeed to select that file.
Huh?
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. You sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. What Byakuya is likely referring to is the assassination of John F. Kennedy, 35th President of the United States, who was assassinated on Friday, November 22nd, 1963, at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time in Dallas, Texas, while riding in a motorcade in Dealey Plaza. To most people, the assassination was conducted by Lee Harvey Oswald and/or Jack Ruby. Of course, as we all know, the Warren Commission only received information supplied to it by the FBI, likely for the purpose of rubber-stamping the lone gunman theory, to cover up the truth that the government is really run by a series of shadow corporations that are pulling all the strings of every major power in the world.
Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. This is goofy. There's a wooden box. But it's empty. Although judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was.
There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library.
Extension cord, huh? Oh, there. No! Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before. The one that was plugged in, still, in the library!
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent?
This can't be for real, right?
And that's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label a lie.
Well, it's not that, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but, I mean, there's so much. How could anyone put all this together?
I suppose it goes to show how much Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps, The mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored.
It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal.
What's wrong? You still can't believe it?
What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything.
You don't pull your punches, do you?
Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, there is no doubt.
Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? Why?
My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Not as bigger, of course, and not as dusty.
Huh?
Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. And that includes foreign powers as well as domestic.
How is that possible?
I already told you there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows.
I told you! I told you!
My family is a member of that council, and I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing.
This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind.
And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case.
As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. First characteristic is that at every crime scene the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way.
Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro.
Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out.
Huh?
In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion.
So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple. The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack. And that right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us.
Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer is walking around among us?
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two. If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself.
Wait, no, I didn't. No. Okay, so that was the cold case one? Cold cases, internal documents, filled with graphics. Okay, I guess I just don't get to. Do I have to talk to him again? What am I doing? So, about that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it out with you. Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I'd reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Multiple stab wounds across his body believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors used to attach the victim to the wall. Wait. Wait a minute. Okay, but that... I feel like... Wait, scissors. The scissors are important, though. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Komatsu Nataro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. But look, it's important to note. Like, it's pointing it out right there. The scissors used in murder were apparently custom made with every pair left at each murder scene seeming to be of the same material and construction. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page? The same shot as before! Profiling results. All the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. Most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggested that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. Dissociative. The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. Split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one's way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Alright, we should get going soon. Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Just all of a sudden like that? Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. Or the main character of a story. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. To do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene. The girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info that I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. And we will do that next time! Because, I'm delaying for reasons. So, yes. See you all later! Oh, also, I'm going to speculate a little. So, mayhaps we are meant to believe that it is Toko who is Genocide Jack. That is what I am thinking.
And we're going to find out that it's actually somebody else. At least I'm hoping so, because that would really be... I don't want to say it would be disappointing. It would be somewhat disappointing just because of, like, wow, I want to say that's bad writing, almost. But, like, at the very least, it's just, like, uninteresting writing, because, like, wow, what a fucking surprise! She said that she was Genocide Jack, and it turned out she was Genocide Jack. Like, that would kind of blow. But, at the same time, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because of that thing about the person switching back and then being in a panic, because it seems that Toko instead changes over whenever she sees blood. So it's the opposite effect. So it's I really think it's gotta be somebody else. I'm hoping so. Anyway, see you next time! And also, if they're not already, there is going to be more Doki Doki. Trust me, there is more.